Bayern have a massive win on Tuesday with a 5-0 crushing defeat over Stuttgart. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content onto YouTube. Today we're doing a match review and reaction of the game between Stuttgart and Bayern, where Bayern went to a pretty cruising 5-0 victory. But first, before we get into an analysis, we'll go right into the starting lineups. So for Bayern in net, we had Manuel Neuer at the back, Alphonso Davies, Lucas Hernandez, Nicolas Süle, and Benjamin Pavard. In the midfield, Roca and Musiala. In the attacking midfield, Gnabry, Müller, and Coman. And up top, Robert Lewandowski. So this is actually Gnabry's first start since the loss against Augsburg on November 19th, so almost a full month ago. And this is Musiala's third straight start, so great to see him back in the lineup consecutively again. Obviously, it's a lot because of injuries and COVID, but still glad to see him getting the starts he deserves. As for Pavard, he has now started in 7 consecutive matches for Bayern. Pretty surprising, considering that early in the season we were considering, getting rid of him. I mean, they're probably still looking for a replacement right back, but I know Stanisic was looking to take over that role probably early in the season, and now that Stanisic has been out, he's definitely have to fight for that playtime back when he returns from injury. And of course, this is Marc Roca's first start of the season. As for opponents, Stuttgart, they have been coached by Pellegrino Matarazzo, and they played a bit of a 3-1-4-2 formation, a bit of an odd shape. But in net for them was Müller. At the back, Kempf, Anton, and Mavropanos. Their defensive midfielder was Karazor. In the midfield, they had Mangala, Endo, Ito, and Koulibaly, and up top, Marmoush and Forster. So just some quick stats from this game. We outshot Stuttgart 25-13. Based on the scoreline, you'd probably expect a bit more shots for us, but where it really mattered was we outshot them 12-1 on target. So they had 13 shots, but only 1 on target. They really need to be more clinical and hit the net. I mean, there were so many times where they just missed the net by an absolute mile. Some pretty embarrassing efforts, to be honest. We had 57% possession, so definitely less than I expected. I thought they were pretty good with the ball. We had an 87% pass accuracy. They had 81%, and we both had 7 fouls apiece. But another chance where they probably could have made some more of the game was they had 5 offsides. So definitely another thing that probably let them down this game. So some observations from this game. It was a pretty quiet first 15 minutes, and Lewandowski has a disappointing shot straight at Müller. Obviously, Florian Müller was going to probably grab that in, and that's what he did. And then it was pretty congested, honestly, at the Stuttgart end. Lewandowski wasn't getting very good service, and we couldn't really get much going. Obviously, we're getting those chances, but it seemed like the final efforts weren't there. And Stuttgart was at least making it difficult for the first few minutes. And Stuttgart was passing well, and I think their shape was giving us a hard time as well. Obviously, Gnabry almost got that sneaky chip over Müller, but missed the rebound just wide. But great reactions from both Müller and Gnabry. Could have been a goal, though, but at the end of the day, obviously respect the chance and, working hard to get that second rebound. And then Davies was dispossessed by Koulibaly, and the Stuttgart winger put Marmoush on a great run, but they couldn't make anything of it, and they missed the net way wide. It's one of the chances I spoke about earlier. But later on, Leroy Sané came on for Coman in just the 27th minute. It looks like the Frenchman came off with what looked like a hamstring injury, so best thoughts for Coman. Hopefully he recovers well, and hopefully it's not serious. But once again, Bayern hit by the injury bug, which is so frustrating. Our players are just dropping like flies at this point. It's just crazy how many injuries and issues we have right now. So we're definitely looking deep in the bench. Obviously players like Tillman are coming in now, so you can just tell how depleted we are. When Sané did come on for Coman, he made almost an immediate impact. Great dribbling, and he had a shot, but it was a bit poor. And then he looked dangerous again just minutes later with another good chance. And then a great play again by Sané as he fed Gnabry through, and Serge took a beautiful first-time shot, curled it into the top right. Nothing Florian Müller could have done about that one, so great chance, and obviously we're on the board 1-0. Stuttgart was a bit wasteful in opportunities in the first half. Could have had a goal if they were more lethal, but Bayern had a deserved lead with 1-0, and obviously they were dominating the first half. So starting off the second half with the right foot, we had Müller providing a great ball to Gnabry, who had another beautiful strike, this time in the bottom left corner of the net, which got him his brace. And then Bayern continued to knock until Lewandowski finally scored in the 69th minute and ended his scoring drought. So it was now 3-0. And I love how the commentator said he ended his mini drought, because that's what it was. It was a mini drought because he went a few games without a goal, which is obviously not great. But for Lewandowski's standards, they're so high, and we're getting on him about not scoring in probably like 3 or 4 games. And obviously, strikers, even the best strikers in the world, do that. Obviously, it still was a mini drought, but just glad to have that over. And obviously, the drought didn't matter too much because he scored again just minutes later to make it 4-0 and put this game well away. Great to see him score again, and now he has 18 goals in the season. So, considering he had a few games without a goal, there's no reason why he couldn't beat his goal scoring record from last season. To hit 41 would be very, very tough, but he's already at 18. If he scores 2 in the next one, who knows? But you know what? It doesn't really matter the records. He's already beat Gerd Müller, so I'm not going to focus too much on the record, but obviously we just want a consistent performance of Lewandowski. That's all we can ask for. And then just minutes later, Gnabry scored his third after Florian Müller failed to handle a cross and fumbled it right in front of goal, where Gnabry made no mistake giving him the hat trick. And obviously, exceptional performance by Gnabry. And honestly, I don't think our defense cleaned up all that well this game. And honestly, I think we're a bit lucky to not have conceded a goal. I think Stuttgart was at their own fault for why they had no goals, honestly. They just really couldn't get it done, and it just seems like their last finishing was so poor. I mean, they had 12 shots and only one on target. You got to hit the net. You got to if you want to score against Neuer, you're probably going to have to beat Neuer by consistent shot creation, hitting the target and hitting it well. And honestly, they just didn't do enough. Especially if they wanted to win this game, they were nowhere near enough lethal they needed to be. We were able to close out the game with a clean sheet as well, which is a nice added bonus. So my player of the match for this game was Serge Gnabry. It was his first time starting in almost a month, and he showed why he should have never even left the squad. He's honestly absolutely lethal and definitely has the best shot out of any of our wingers, and proved himself surely today. Depending on how severe Coman's injury is, we might see Gnabry in the starting squad for a while, which I would love to see, honestly. So our next matchup will be against Wolfsburg on Friday, and that will be our last game heading into the holiday break. So make sure to tune in for that when I'll be doing my match review on Thursday. Please leave a like and comment if you did enjoy this video, and make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Bayern Munich content like this in the future. Hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, mia sa mia.